Tonight, I want you to forget everything science fiction has taught you about space travel. Forget the giant starships jumping effortlessly between galaxies. Forget the idea that humanity will simply spread across the stars like explorers crossing an ocean. Because the truth is far stranger and far more terrifying. Every time you look up at the night sky, your brain quietly lies to you. Those stars look close enough to touch, like tiny lights scattered just above the Earth. But hidden inside that beautiful darkness are distances so enormous that human language almost breaks trying to describe them. The nearest star is not a journey of days, months, or even lifetimes. It is a journey that challenges the very laws of physics themselves. And the deeper scientists look into the universe, the more disturbing the picture becomes. Reality seems to contain invisible barriers deliberately designed to stop intelligent life from escaping its home world. The speed of light, the flow of time, deadly cosmic radiation, impossible energy requirements. One by one, the universe reveals its traps. The cosmos is not merely difficult to cross. It may be fundamentally hostile to the idea of interstellar civilization. But here is what makes this story truly fascinating. Even after discovering all of this, humanity still refuses to stop dreaming. We continue building rockets. We continue searching the stars. We continue asking impossible questions, because curiosity may be the only force in nature powerful enough to challenge the darkness itself. And by the end of this video, you may begin to realize something deeply unsettling. The greatest obstacle to reaching the stars may not be technology. It may be the structure of reality itself. When people imagine interstellar travel, they usually picture giant silver ships moving gracefully through the darkness, heroes standing near windows, watching stars fly past, and humanity finally escaping the limits of Earth. But the terrifying truth begins the moment you stop thinking like a dreamer and start thinking like physics itself. Space is not merely big, it is violently, unimaginably, brutally big. The nearest star system to Earth, Alpha Centauri, is more than 4 light years away. That sounds manageable until you realize that light itself, the fastest thing the universe allows, takes over 4 years to get there. Light moves at about 300,000 kilometers every second. In 1 second, it can circle Earth more than 7 times. Yet even at that impossible speed, it still needs years to cross the gap between stars. Human beings, meanwhile, travel nowhere near that speed. The fastest spacecraft ever built would still need tens of thousands of years to reach another star. Suddenly, the stars stop looking like destinations and start looking like decorations painted onto a prison wall. People often underestimate distance because the human brain evolved to survive on a tiny planet, not to understand cosmic scales. If the Earth were reduced to the size of a marble, the moon would still be several feet away. The sun would be far down the street. And the nearest star would not be in the next city or country. It would be thousands of miles away. The galaxy itself contains hundreds of billions of stars spread across distances so enormous that language almost fails to describe them. We casually say light year as if it is a convenient measurement, but a single light year is nearly 10 trillion kilometers. Interstellar travel means crossing oceans, where every drop is emptiness, and every destination is separated by distances so absurd that entire civilizations could rise and fall, while a spacecraft drifts silently forward. And then comes the cosmic speed limit. Nature appears to have built a wall directly into reality itself. According to relativity, nothing carrying mass can reach or exceed the speed of light because the closer an object moves toward light speed, the more energy it requires. The equation becomes terrifying. To move a spacecraft faster, you need more energy. To carry more fuel, the spacecraft becomes heavier. To push that heavier spacecraft, you need even more fuel. Eventually, the numbers explode into absurdity. Near light speed, the energy requirements become comparable to the output of stars. Humanity struggles to power cities on Earth, yet interstellar travel may require engineering projects larger than planets. EMC2, that equation is not just famous because it looks elegant. It reveals how deeply energy and mass are connected. A tiny amount of mass contains astonishing energy, but controlling and using that energy safely is another matter entirely. Antimatter engines, fusion drives, laser propulsion, every proposed solution eventually crashes into the same merciless reality. Space is too large, and the universe charges an unbearable price for crossing it quickly, even if humanity somehow built a ship capable of traveling near the speed of light. Relativity introduces another disturbing effect. Time itself begins to warp. On Earth, decades might pass while only a few years pass for the travelers aboard the ship. A crew could leave Earth, travel across the galaxy, and return to discover that everyone they ever knew is long dead. Entire languages could evolve. Nations could disappear. Human civilization itself might become unrecognizable. Interstellar travelers would not simply journey through space. They would journey into the future, permanently disconnected from the world they left behind. T. Cool. 1v22. This is the horrifying emotional side of relativity. Imagine saying goodbye to your family knowing that even if you survive, Earth will age far faster than you do. Your children would grow old while you barely aged at all. Everyone you love would become history. Interstellar explorers would become ghosts, wandering through time, unable to return home because home itself would vanish, and survival inside such a journey may be even more terrifying than the destination. Space between stars is not peaceful emptiness. It is filled with invisible radiation, high-energy particles, magnetic chaos, and microscopic debris moving at incredible speeds. A tiny grain of dust striking a spacecraft near light speed could hit with the force of a bomb. Cosmic rays constantly tear through space, damaging DNA, increasing cancer risk, and slowly destroying human tissue. Earth protects us with its atmosphere and magnetic field, but interstellar travelers would leave that shield behind for years or centuries. Human beings are fragile creatures evolved under sunlight, gravity, oxygen, and social connection. Remove those things long enough, and the body begins to collapse. Muscles weaken, bones lose density. The immune system changes, mental health deteriorates. Astronauts on the International Space Station already experience physical stress after only months in orbit. Now imagine spending decades trapped inside a metal cylinder, drifting through infinite darkness. No fresh air from forests, no rain, no oceans, no real sky. It's just machinery humming endlessly while the stars remain frozen outside the window. Psychology may become one of the greatest enemies of interstellar travel. Human beings are not designed for total isolation. During long missions, small disagreements could evolve into catastrophic conflicts. Loneliness could become unbearable. The awareness that Earth is impossibly far away might slowly crush the mind. Even communication becomes a nightmare. A message sent from a nearby star system could take years to arrive. Conversations with Earth would be impossible. There would be no instant rescue, no emergency support, no comforting voice arriving in real time. A spacecraft crew would become psychologically cut off from humanity itself. Then comes the terrifying concept of generation ships. Because interstellar distances are so enormous, one proposed solution is to build giant ships where multiple generations of humans live and die during the journey. The people who arrive at the destination would not be the people who started the mission. Imagine being born aboard a machine, knowing you will never see Earth, never step on the planet your ancestors came from, and never witness the destination either, because your children's children might arrive centuries later. Entire societies would evolve inside enclosed artificial worlds drifting through the dark. Political systems, religions, conflicts, and social collapse could emerge within the ship itself. The mission could fail not because of engineering, but because human civilizations inside the vessel changes over time. And perhaps the most disturbing thought of all is what this means for intelligent life in the universe. For decades, scientists have wondered why the cosmos appears silent. The galaxy is ancient. There's been enough time for civilizations millions of years older than humanity to emerge. So where are they? Why do we not see evidence of vast galactic empires? Why is the night sky so quiet? Maybe the answer is terrifyingly simple. Perhaps every civilization eventually discovers the same brutal truth. The stars are too far apart. The laws of physics may imprison intelligent species inside their own solar systems. Civilizations could rise, develop technology, dream of the stars, and then slowly realize that interstellar expansion is economically impossible, biologically devastating, and physically limited by nature itself. The galaxy may not be empty because life is rare. It may be silent because distance defeats everyone. Even hypothetical concepts like warp drives and wormholes remain deeply speculative. They sound exciting in science fiction, but they require forms of matter and energy humanity has never discovered or controlled. Some theories even suggest they may be fundamentally impossible. Physics repeatedly behaves like a locked door. Every time we think we found a key, reality demands impossible conditions in return. And yet, humanity continues dreaming about the stars because curiosity is stronger than fear. That may be the strangest part of all. The universe places unimaginable barriers in front of us, yet the human mind refuses to stop asking questions. We look upward, despite knowing the journey may destroy us. Perhaps that is what defines intelligence. Not the certainty of success, but the refusal to surrender curiosity even when the cosmos itself says no. The terrifying truth about interstellar travel is not merely that it is difficult. It is that the universe may have been constructed in a way that intentionally prevents easy escape. Distance, energy, radiation, time dilation, psychological isolation, and the speed of light all combine into one overwhelming message written across the cosmos. The stars are not waiting for us. They are separated from us by laws older than humanity, older than Earth, perhaps older than life itself. So, perhaps the terrifying truth about interstellar travel is not that humanity lacks intelligence, courage, or imagination. Perhaps the real truth is that the universe itself is teaching us humility. Every law of physics, every impossible distance, every barrier written into space-time reminds us that we are tiny creatures standing on a small world, trying to understand an infinite cosmos. And yet, there is something beautiful about that struggle. Because even if the stars remain forever out of reach, the human mind has already done something extraordinary. We have learned to measure galaxies, decode the language of atoms, bend electricity to our will, and send machines beyond the edges of our solar system. The same species that once feared fire now studies black holes and listens for signals from distant worlds. Maybe humanity will never conquer the galaxy. Maybe we will always remain confined to a fragile corner of the universe. But the fact that we can even ask these questions, the fact that the universe created beings capable of wondering about infinity, may itself be one of the greatest miracles of all. The night sky no longer looks the same once you understand what is truly hidden inside it. Those stars are not simply lights. They are reminders of how mysterious reality really is, how powerful the laws of nature are, and how brave curiosity must become if humanity ever hopes to challenge them. Thank you for watching until the very end. I hope this journey through the terrifying reality of interstellar travel changed the way you see the universe forever. If you enjoyed this exploration of science, space, and the hidden laws of reality, keep questioning, keep wondering, and never stop looking up at the stars. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next journey into the unknown.